Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? I am Desiree Lee, best-selling author, public speaker, and philanthropist. If you are an aspiring author, if you're a beginning self-published author, or even maybe a pro, then this scope right here is for you, okay? This scope is for you because I scope all things author hacks and tips for beginners and pros, and I also teach you guys how to increase your visibility online and also how to increase your income too as well. Okay, so this scope is for you. If you are new to my scope, type in new. And I know you guys are typing in right now. So I just want to, what's the name of the book cover thing you just mentioned? I will let you know in another scope. However, what I want to let you guys know that I do not call you guys my followers, but I would definitely call you guys my friends. So if you want to become my friend, click on that Perry buddy and turn that plus sign into a check. Do me a favor real quick as you just came into this scope. Please do me a huge favor and invite your friends and followers into this scope right now. Share this on Facebook, share this on Twitter. Share this with your friends, copy the link and everything else in between because I'm about to get to it. I'm about to do two separate things, okay? One thing is my creativity, you have to get creative on 100. I'm just going to jump right into it. And, hello to everyone who's coming in. Thank you guys for inviting your friends and your followers. Creativity on 100. The root word of creativity, created or creative, is to create. You are going to have to create your success regardless of what you see around you. Okay, so this is the first scenario. This is a scenario that just happened just yesterday. And like you guys, I share my experiences so you don't have to go through that thing. I share my mistakes so you don't have to go through that thing. And I share my hacks so you too can become a best-selling author and increase your visibility and your sales and get your stories heard, period, and your information and or content. So yesterday, earlier this week, are you going to start driving or something? Why are you periscoping from inside your car? Because I don't scope and drive, and I'm not going to stand outside holding my periscope so I can scope. I'm going to make sure I'm comfortable in the safety of my car and scope, but it's more important to stay still so I can be alive to scope another day. Right? Okay, so it's wartime, guys. Wartime. Get your head back in the game. Get your head back in the game. Get it in the game, okay? I had to talk to myself. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself, okay? Sometimes you have to encourage yourself, and it's wartime. It's definitely wartime. So earlier this week, I updated my phone on Apple. Things were going great. Then all of a sudden, scopes were crashing. I was going into my social media, going into my Google and Gmail and all that good stuff, and my phone would freeze. A few seconds later, it will come back to normal, cut the phone off, did all the, went all through the mantras, yada, yada, yada. Everything was working fine, but it was still like glitching and whatever. So I was like, well, maybe, it's this. Yesterday, I had a phone conversation with a good friend of mine, one of my other Periscope friends yesterday, Jason Hodge. We were really collaborating, talking all day, getting some things done, the meeting of the minds type of conversation. And then later that afternoon, my phone freezes. So I tried to cut it off. Guess what? It wouldn't even cut off. It was just stuck on froze. It wouldn't even cut off. So I was like, well, let me put in my charger. Let me hook it up to the computer, do the iCloud backup, do all of this stuff, I couldn't even call Apple because my phone was messed up and I don't have a landline. Isn't that something? So I was even frustrated on top of frustration. But what made it even more frustrating, guys, was that I had a radio interview with one of the prominent stations in Virginia, okay? And I had to call in and do this radio interview for my book and my story. OMG. I am so upset, because now not only can I not call, but I can't see even if they call me. If I sent them an email say call me or whatnot, I couldn't even get the call because I couldn't see nobody call. I couldn't even press the thing to even answer the call. So I was frustrated. So now keep in mind, we're 3 hours until showtime. 3 hours until I'm supposed to call. 3 hours to showtime, right? I was so frustrated. I was so frustrated and everything. Yeah, I'm telling you, I was so jacked up. So I was like, how in the world? So I had two choices yesterday: to get extremely mad, to reschedule and do all this stuff in between, or let them down because they were promoting it all day. So I was like, oh my gosh, they've been promoting it all day. Guard your reputation with your life. I don't want them to have a post that said we had to reschedule the interview. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Desiree, what do you do? I couldn't, no, it's not just backup, honey. I couldn't even get onto the screen to back up. I plugged my phone into the computer to do the backup, and nothing was there. Nothing was there. So it was beyond the backup, beyond cutting it off, beyond everything. It was nothing that I can do. So anyhow, so I'm frustrated. So my daughter, bless her heart, I love my baby, she has an iPhone. However, it was dead, and she was like, well, mommy, you can call from my phone, but however, I don't have it cut on, but she can call through Wi-Fi and all that good stuff. So I was like, well, no, I'm not going to I can't use your phone because I don't want it to sound broken up, being that I'm calling from Wi-Fi and not an actual line. So I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I couldn't even call anybody to use their phone. They don't have pay phones. Like, if they have pay phones, I would have got like $10, $20 worth of quarters, and I would have been at the pay phone still making it happen doing that interview, okay? But of course they don't have pay phones, so what am I supposed to do? And thank you guys so much for inviting your followers and your friends. Hey, Nicole, and giving up the hearts. I love that. I love that. No pay phones anymore, old school. I know, because I was going back. So you got to take your creativity times 100. So let me show y'all something. So I remember that my daughter has a small little phone before she got her iPhone. I said, where is the charger to that phone? Because I know it's all the way dead. Where's the charger to it? So with the charger and everything, we couldn't find the charger. So we were tearing up the house trying to find a charger. I didn't think about that either. I should have done that too. But first, this was the next result. So you got to get creative. You got to make this thing happen. I don't care if you lost your job. I don't care if you in negative times 100 in your bank account. I don't care if people done told you no and told you what you could not do. I don't care what they said. Your computer done broke down and you done lost everything on your computer. I don't care. You better make this happen. You want the dream or what? Because it's time for war. You're either going to sit there and murmur and complain, okay? Well, it's a brand new neighborhood. They're still building houses. So I didn't feel comfortable going to my neighbor. But it's wartime. So we found the charger. And I only had 40 minutes on this phone. And so I had to send them a Facebook message to let them know that the interview has to be cut down to 30 minutes. Knowing that it might go over 30 minutes because I only had 40 minutes on this phone. I did my interview. This best-selling author here, this public speaker right here, this person right here that has overcome so much stuff, okay? So much stuff. This person right here, this is what I did on this little phone right here. I did my radio interview yesterday on this little phone right here. You better make it happen. You better get creative, honey. You better get creative. You better, save that phone. Yes, ma'am. I'm telling you. And you need to make it work too, okay? You need to make it work too on this tiny little phone that, it doesn't even have speakerphone capability on this thing, okay? And so I had to shut the door and press it just like this to do my interview. And I kept looking at the minutes because I didn't want the phone to cut off in the middle of my interview. Yes, that's my motto after every scope. Do the best you can with what you have until you can do better. Your phone is down. You don't have an iPhone. No problem. Do the best you can with what you have until you can do better. Do the best you can with what you have until you can do better. Do the best you have. Yes. And it's comical. Yeah, it is. It really is. But do the best you can, because you should have saw me yesterday. You would have busted up laughing. But know your team too as well. Thanks. Know your team too as well. Because my daughter is on my team. She's only 9 years old. And this little girl was trying to come up with all kinds of ideas on how I can do my interview. She didn't sit there and play with dolls. She didn't complain that she couldn't get on no apps. She didn't complain about watching TV or wanted to sit in front of the television. She didn't complain about none of that. You know what my daughter did? She said, "Mommy, how can I help?" "Well, you can use my phone, my Apple phone." I said, "Honey, I can't use that phone because it has no landline." Let me think. What else can we use? What else do we have here? And what else can we use, Mommy? "Well, can you call from your computer?" I said, "Well, I need a magic jack." Yes. You got to go back. You got to go back sometimes. Yes, I'm telling you. Great reflection for you. Great reflection for you. Because for me, I'm used to sleeping on the floor on a hard, metal bed. So for me, I would dig up something. There's no such thing as, no, or you can't. There's no such thing as, it's not for me. My mind goes to survival mode. My mind goes to, okay, what do I have? Okay, I got this. We're gonna survive in these woods. We're gonna live and not die. Okay? We are gonna live and not die. How about that? So if you ever get lost with me, we're gonna make it happen. We are gonna come. We're gonna come. It's gonna work. Okay? And so what I'm saying to you is, this reflection, I'm sharing this moment, this transparent moment, this real life moment, this thing that just happened just yesterday. I'm sharing this with you as a reminder that you got to get creative times 10. Do me a favor, if you haven't already, invite your friends and followers. If you already invited your friends and followers, go out, come back in and invite them in, because this is the next thing from that. From that, I woke up this morning and I was like, oh my gosh, my alarms and everything else. So I had to set the alarm on this. It was like, oh my gosh, it was just so frustrating. Thank you guys for inviting your friends and followers. That's pretty cool. Thank you. And so what I woke up with is this question. What is success to you? What is success to you? So just to give you a synopsis of my book, my next book I'm working on right now. I started writing this morning, waiting for Apple to open. What is success to you? And I said to myself, dang, this right here is success. Desiree, this is success. Success is when you are on your back and you can still get up to answer a call, when you are depressed like no other, you have no friends around you, but you can still encourage someone else. That's success. You are successful, honey. I said, this is success. When you get kicked out of your house and you have nowhere to stay, but you got to sleep in the dining room table on the floor with your child, and you're still getting online, posting inspirational posts, and you're still making ends meet with your clients, and you're still doing your thing, that's success. When your car breaks down and you need a new transmission and your account is in the negative 100s, okay? And you have no money in your pocket and you don't know how to get a transmission, or how you're going to take your kids to school, or even how you're going to go to the grocery store, but you get up anyhow. That's success. When I tell you, when you only have a quarter of a tank of gas, when your light is on, when your check engine light is on, when your wheel is shaking while you're trying to go to that speaking engagement, that's success. When you are trying so hard and all the doors are closing on you, they done talked about you. They done stole your engagements. They done said negative stuff to ruin your reputation. They done stole some of your ideas that you share with them in confidence. That is success. Okay, guys? I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but that's what I woke up for, and that is my next book, honey. I'm going to bring the fire. It's only going to be 2 long chapters in that book. What is success for you? What is success for you? It's not, we have to get out. I had my mind changed when I didn't have a phone, when everything was stripped, and I still had to get on that radio interview and still make it happen to be able to pour into someone else when I'm frustrated in a mug, upset that I'm missing calls. I hear my phone ring, but I can't answer the calls. But yet I got to get online and get on this phone to inspire the masses. That is success. When you get back up every single time you've been knocked down, that's success. That is success. That's success. Not the book sales, guys. Not the fame, guys. Not the car. Not the materialistic things. Not if somebody bought your book. It's you getting up time and time again when there's no food in your refrigerator and you have to wipe yourself with paper towel because you don't got money. You don't even have $1 to go to the dollar store to go get some toilet paper. That is success. That's success. That's success, honey. And so my next book, I'm writing it. I already started. It's going to be fire. It's going to be 2 chapters. We always have this belief that I can't wait until I'm successful. We have this fabricated illusion in our minds. What happens when you're sitting on here and you just heard one of my inspirational quotes or heard one of my scopes or something like that? What happens when you imagined so intensely? You imagine what it would be like to be successful. You sat there and dreamed of what kind of couch you're going to have in your $1 million house. You done even got online and started mapping out what kind of cars, what city, what location. You done did your due diligence and looking at your demographic and setting everything up when you have no money in your pocket. But when you reach your fabricated illusion of success, when you reach your level of success, and the illusion is not how you pictured it. Ooh. When the success that you imagine is not how you pictured it. I woke up this morning and said, I'm successful. I'm a best-selling author. I travel nationwide. I've been in the presence of Judge Mathis, Judge Brittany Brown Reynolds, Judge Karen Goff in Atlanta. I've been on TV. I've been on radio stations. I've been on interviews. You know, I have support. But when you get to this fabricated illusion that we just made up our imagination of what this success looks like, because so many times someone says, oh, stop thinking about your bills and thinking about what you want to have. When you focus on the bills, you're going to keep getting more bills. And that's true to an extent. But what if when you get to this certain level of success, or this illusion or this imagination that you have set up in your mind, and it looks nothing like you imagined in the beginning? I didn't know when I started this journey, okay? I imagined myself here, but I didn't know there were going to be times when that transmission blew out and I still had to support or inspire somebody to go towards their purpose. I didn't know that success will look like being on your back or being kicked out or getting served that eviction notice, or, you know, not having enough money for your rent, or on those months that you don't have that engagement, on those months you don't have those book sales. I didn't know success will look like that because I'm successful. And that is success. I did not know that what I imagined myself, you know what I mean? Yes, Zach said out circumstances enter another. Yes, but it's not even that. Let's get out of that. It's not even that. It's not even that. It's not even that. It's just that it's like this. Let me explain it with an analogy, because that's how I could do it a little better. You done bought the new 2016 Cadillac. prior to you purchasing this brand new car. No, let me do a house. You then looked around for houses. You done saved enough money, got your credit straight and everything and all together. Enough for your credit and everything, enough for you to purchase this house, right? Okay. You done purchased this house and everything done fell through. Everything fell through. You got in this house and you start moving yourself in. Oh man, I'm successful. I did it. I did it. I did it. Yes. Moving things in, painting the walls. Then maybe a month later, you notice a leak in your garage in the ceiling. Then you notice that the toilet is leaking in the back and now your water bill is high. Then you notice that the door doesn't shut all the way. Then you notice that window that was cracked upstairs in that back room that you don't use no more. Then you notice that you don't get good phone service. You notice that your phone don't work good at the house. Then you notice that you don't even get good internet. They got some crappy internet service that you didn't even use, so you can't bring it over and all this other stuff. Then you notice that you have to cut the grass in that big yard. Then you notice that there's frogs you didn't know in them woods, that it's a lot of frogs because there's a pond over there, and then every now and then you might see a frog jump in the house. You didn't notice that. See, you imagined your dream house, white picket fence, the dog in the backyard. You imagine all of this great stuff when you get this $1 million house. But what happens when you get in that $1 million house and your success looks nothing like you imagine? Come on, somebody. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I want you to know what success really is. It's not even that. Yes, it's not even too much is given, much is required. It's not even that. It's not even that. It's just having an idea of something and it doesn't turn out the way you want to. So are you unsuccessful or successful? No, you are successful regardless if your imagination altered. You are successful. It has nothing to do with too much is given, much is required. You are successful, period. Period. Yes, period. Yeah. Period. You're successful. Totally. Adjust the attitude mid-flight already. And so the thing with this whole thing is that being successful really is the imagination is getting knocked down and getting back up. That's success. They should have you on Oprah. They should definitely have you on Oprah. Yes. You ain't got no ride and your car done broke. Your car done broke down. That's success. You don't know how you gonna get to an interview and your phone done snapped on you. You gotta do an interview and you still make it happen on your small little phone. On this little phone, I did my interview. That's success. Okay? That's success. When you don't have nothing, that's success. When you're looking at your refrigerator, but you're so happy that you finished your book, but your refrigerator is so empty, but you know you're walking in your purpose. You know you're walking in your purpose. You know you are walking in your purpose and your passion, and you're so hungry for it, and this is success. But when you look to that refrigerator, there's nothing in there. When you have to wipe yourself with paper towel, don't get it twisted. That's success. That right there, my friend, is success. You are successful, Sam. Sam, you are. That's what the stories need to be about. Not the glory and everything else. Because sometimes our imaginations will go based off of the glory, off of the lights, the camera, the action, off of the $1 million house. But what if you get up there on that level with Oprah and it looks nothing like you imagine? Now that's deep. So then when you get up there and it looks nothing like you imagine, and you're wishing that you can just go Oprah, you wishing you could just go into Big Lots, you can just go into the store and just be normal, that you can have friends that are not looking to get something from you, and this, that, and the other, that you just wish. That's success. So the question is, What is success to you? You're right. And that's real talk. That's real talk, baby. That's real talk. For real. Yes. Another day. So you have to fight. This is wartime. You have to fight. Stop complaining and murmuring. Stop comparing yourself to the next person next to you. Stop all that. Just stop it. This is wartime, baby. And like I said, my phone, my software, everything was going around, but I was at war. I was fighting for whoever was going to listen yesterday night, whoever's going to listen today on the replay. I was fighting for that person that might have just need that one little spark and tune into that radio station. I was fighting because I did my whole radio interview on this tiny phone right here. And I only have 40 minutes left on here. And I did my whole radio interview on here. So it's time for you to start creating and shift gears. Put your head in the game and let's go. Let's get it together. I love you. Thank you. And I'll see you in a few.